is going to throw me an error. Do you think that your VS Code can help this? VS Code doesn't even understand this, like, what do you say, this React, etc. and all, right? Bhavna, hope I'm clear with your question. We have class on Saturday? No, we didn't had a class. And I'm keep on updating that group also. Now everyone is part of the Telegram group. Anyone still not? Everyone not. Okay, please talk to admin and get added to that. So any updates I have, right? If I'll be making sure that I'll be updating in the Telegram group, guys. Okay. And today we even discuss about the GitHub, and we'll make sure one thing before I go for that, I'm a co-host. Okay. So I will even discuss about the GitHub, and you guys will be added to the GitHub, and like whatever the day-to-day examples we have, you could able to retrieve that. Okay, we'll even finish that part. Yeah. Any questions up to this? Who all got a chance? I mean, who all got chance to practice the previous classes? Who all could able to create your own application where React data binding expressions are working? Anyone? You tried. 3. Very good. Only 3. What about others? 4. Others. Don't look for any good times or bad times, guys. Please start that. Okay. So if you have any questions, let me know. I can help out. Okay, lot of people. Yes, very good. Anyone online facing challenge? Bots, we have created our own individual application, but we are facing some challenge. Anyone? No one. All good. Very good. Archana, provide group link or ID. Archana, like, I mean, our admin will be helping you in doing this. Okay, please talk to admin. She will be helping you in adding you to the group. Okay, nice. Okay, so before that, so today, let us talk something about the GitHub part, so that like from tomorrow you can start working on this. So when you go with something called as GitHub, so why the reason we are going with the GitHub? Let me open our running notes. Okay, so let us talk something called as GitHub. Again, is there is GitHub anything related to your React.js? Is anything related to your React.js with the GitHub, etc. and all? No. Could someone please close the door if possible? Okay, so nothing to do with your React or Angular or so and so with your GitHub. Why actually the reason we are going with the GitHub is, boss, every day I'm going to create a day-to-day examples in here. Okay, I'm creating the folders, I'm creating the running notes. Now, once you go home, you guys also want to start working on it. You guys also want to take this piece of code and start looking into this. Now, what I have to do is, in order to share this code with you guys, there are different options I have. One thing is, I can say that, boss, give your mail ID, I will be sending the mails. Okay, every day, once the code is being done, I'll make sure I'm going to send the mail. But which is like a repetitive task, not the best way to go for. The second option what we have is, I can say that, boss, can you get your pen drives every day so that you can put your system and you can copy the content. Then what about the online students at the same time? Every day taking the pen drive at the same time. What if like I'm going back to the yesterday's class and I'm doing the changes? How do you get to know that what changes been done and what folder have been updated? Every day you need to take the complete piece of code latest. So instead of doing all this, what actually we are going is, we want to take a centralized system. Okay. So what actually we are going is, let us go with an example of an organization. In an organization, we know that there are multiple systems which are there. Let's say, for example, a company, an organization is there. Under that, there are multiple systems are there. The advantage what you have in the organizations is, we have the communication, or there is a network communication between the systems. Isn't it? So we have the network communication between the system. Every system has been set up with some network that we as a developer not going to take care anything. It will be taken care by your network administrator. They take care of, like, either they do the LAN, MAN, WAN, a lot of different types of networks are there, but they make sure every system is connected to each other. Now, say for example, there is a person A who is actually sitting over here, and there is a person B who want to share the data to him. Assume like A, B, C. These three are working on one single project. Now, when these three are working on one single project, they have to make sure to share the data between these three. Whatever the piece of code A is writing has to be shared with C, has to be shared with B. Whatever B is writing, he has to make sure be shared with A and C. Now, how we are going to share the data? So, in order to do this, what actually we do is when you go with an organization, we are going to have a shared data system or a shared repository system we are going to connect. And this is like, I mean, forget about it is repo or what, assume like this is a system, a separate system what we are doing. Now, what we are saying is, whenever B has done with this code, you make sure you are going to update the data under this. Whenever C is done with this code, you make sure you're going to update the data under the system. Whenever A is done with his code, he makes sure he's going to update the data into the system. Now, when the C wanted the latest, instead of connecting to A and B, he will be connecting to this centralized system. From there, he's going to pull the code. Agree? So, am I having any dependency with these three guys? I don't need to connect to them individually saying that give me a piece of code. Instead, I'll be going to the centralized system. From there, I'm going to pull the latest whatever I'm going to have. Are we clear up to this? Okay. Now, I want to maintain the same when you go into your, this centralized system, we call this guy as something called as code repository. Okay, the shortcut what we have is code repo. This centralized system, we call it as a code repo. Now, this guy, a centralized system is like is an individual laptop or individual system. It could be where no one is going to do anything else. Instead, we are going to use that guy as a code storage location. That's it. Okay, everyone is going to put their code, then we are going to retrieve it. Now, when you go into real time, organizations, every organization need to have these type of setup. Instead of they doing it manually, what they do is they want to depend on one of the third party organization. So when you go into the outside market, there is something called as GitHub, a third party organization who will help us in managing your code. In the same way, there is something called as Bitbucket. There is something called as Perforce. Like this, there are n number of third-party libraries, which are third-party organizations, which are available. What they are saying is, boss, as an organization, why you need to maintain the code? You give the code to us. I'm going to maintain it in a secured way. At the same time, I add some extra features like your repository maintenance, like a branch maintenance, a lot of features. How do you create? I'm going to take care of everything. You just subscribe to us, pay for us, and you're going to make use of it. So that is on this. GitHub is one of the very popular and mostly used as the code repository in the organizations. Okay, when you go into the real time, organizations mostly go with the GitHub. That is more secure, more easy to implement, and very well known for a lot of organizations there. So when you write your resume, right, under your resume, you